one of your strengths that we saw over the years. On the big day, the sense of calm, the sense of maturity around. Is that something that even the big stars is lacking? Because their batting averages in knockout games, for example, just dropped dramatically.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you'd have to ask the individuals there. But you know, cricket, and particularly at the top level, it's such a mental game. You know, being able to get rid of and disregard all those external distractions and just really focus 100% on what needs to be done right now. And you know, you see a lot of players, not just South African players, but you know, players from all over the world. That you know, their mind can wander and it can get focused on the wrong things, and that's what affects performance. So it's the truly great players are the ones, and you know, someone like a Ricky Ponting springs to mind. You know, as the Australian captain, he had so much stuff on his mind. You know, dealing with the media and dealing with his players and dealing with Cricket Australia and sponsors and all this sort of thing. But he had this great ability of taking off that sort of hat, leaving it in the locker, putting his batting hat on, and just going out there and playing so clearly and playing the situation so well. And that's the mark of the truly great players, the ones that are able to disregard those external distractions.
You were pretty good at it yourself. Is that something that can be learnt, or is it just the kind of person you are?
I think it can be learned. No question about that. I was lucky, I guess, that we were taught a lot of mental skills early in my career, even in the under-15s, under-17s, under-19 sort of region, as a youngster in Western Australia. So, you know, a lot of education there, but then where you really learned is out there in the middle, you know, in those different situations. And I failed many times. And it was over a long period of time where I finally started to develop a bit of a routine that could help me in those really pressure situations.
You saw Dhoni very closely at Chennai. Is he that kind of player? Is he the Ponting kind of player that you talked about, who just can wear different hats at different times?
I think the thing that I really admired about Dhoni was that he had this great ability of taking the pressure off the players, and particularly the young Indian players. You could see them in the dressing room. They were trying so hard and they wanted it so bad, and they could see the crowd was you know, huge. And Dhoni would, you know, the team huddle, quite often he'd say something like, you know, let's just smile today. Just go and enjoy the game. Try and execute your skills. Some days you'll win, some days you won't. And I think you could just almost see a young Indian player just relaxing a little bit and saying, okay, right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens today. I'm just going to go out there and have fun. And I think that was where Dhoni was a bit of a genius as a captain.
Suresh Raina told me once he was batting at the other end and he was all worked up about the target, and he just saw Dhoni at the non-strikers end, and he said, what am I getting worked up about? But and that's the kind of skill you think that comes handy in a knockout kind of game? Oh,
without doubt. You know, being calm, focusing on what needs to be done. I remember batting with Dhoni in the IPL, and I'd be the same as Suresh Raina. I was sort of, where we need 12 and over, and Dhoni would say, just relax, you just get a single, give the strike to me, I'll sort it out, you know. And just being able to take that pressure off me, it helped my game, and he had this wonderful ability of doing that. And you need that in big games, you know.